Ever heard of a sexually transmitted demon? Sounds like something straight out of a horror flick, right? But believe it or not, for some folks, it's a real spiritual belief. Today, we're diving into this wild topic: transmitted illness. We'll explore what it is, where this bizarre idea comes from, and how people view it. Let's be super clear here. Transmitted demon isn't a term you'll find in any medical textbook. Instead, it's more of a cultural concept, often tied to folklore and personal experiences. Some people believe that negative energies or spirits can be passed between individuals, almost like an emotional virus. Crazy, huh? Imagine someone claiming they caught a bad vibe from a partner. We're gonna dig into stories and beliefs that surround this idea, and trust me, you won't want to miss it. Instead, it's a concept that comes from certain religious and spiritual belief systems, particularly within some evangelical Christian circles and other charismatic faiths. So what exactly is it? According to these beliefs, demonic or evil spiritual entities can be transmitted from one person to another through physical intimacy. Proponents of this idea see this as a form of spiritual warfare. They believe that these sexual transmitted spirits are a spiritual root cause of various problems, including physical illnesses, emotional turmoil, and relationship breakdowns. It's crucial to distinguish this from scientifically recognized sexual transmitted infections, or STIs. STIs are caused by bacteria, viruses, or parasites, and are diagnosed and treated through medical science. The concept of sexual transmitted demons, on the other hand, describes a spiritual affliction. Some believers might think this spiritual issue can exist alongside a physical T, or they might even believe a physical symptom is purely the result of a spiritual attack. For instance, some proponents have claimed that conditions like certain cysts or even endometriosis could be caused by these spiritual entities. So where did this idea even come from? It's not entirely new. The belief has deep roots in religious texts and historical folklore. Early Jewish and Christian writings contain many stories that link demonic entities with physical sickness and suffering. Think about the exorcism stories in the New Testament, where illnesses are directly attributed to an unclean spirit that needs to be cast out for the person to be healed. These narratives established a strong connection between the spiritual realm and physical well-being in the minds of believers for centuries. This idea evolved over time and was shaped by various cultural beliefs. One of the most famous historical parallels is the folklore surrounding the incubus and the succubus. These were male and female demons, respectively, who were believed to visit people in their sleep. According to the legends, these encounters could lead to a person's physical or mental health deteriorating, and in some stories, they were blamed for unexplained illnesses or even death. These old tales show a long-standing human tendency to attribute frightening or unexplained physical and psychological phenomena to supernatural forces. Spiritually transmitted demons is a way to describe the not-so-great emotional and spiritual baggage that can come from being intimate with someone outside of a serious relationship. You see, intimacy can create a deep connection or soul tie between people, and that can get pretty complicated, right? Engaging with someone who's thought to have spiritual darkness can actually pass on some pretty heavy emotional baggage. It's believed that these negative vibes can show up as feelings of oppression, addiction, or even confusion, messing with your path in life instead of just being a physical issue like an STD. This idea pops up a lot in spiritual warfare discussions, where folks talk about breaking those ties to find freedom, often through prayer, confession, or even exorcism. It's all about reclaiming your peace, you know. In more modern times, this concept has been popularized and explored in various books and teachings within specific religious communities. For example, some authors have written extensively on the topic, with one book even making the controversial claim that these transmitted entities are demons lodged in genetic material. This framing attempts to blend spiritual belief with scientific-sounding language, which can make it seem more plausible to followers. But it's important to remember this is a spiritual interpretation, not a scientific one. The proposed solution for someone who believes they are afflicted by a transmitted demon is typically spiritual, not medical. Practices like prayer, exorcism, or what is known as deliverance ministry are employed to cast out the supposed demonic entity. These rituals are performed by pastors or lay ministers who believe they have the spiritual authority to command these entities to leave a person. The focus is entirely on spiritual warfare, on fighting a battle in an unseen realm. This brings us to a really important point of discussion: the intersection of faith and health. For believers, attributing problems to a spiritual cause can provide a sense of meaning and a clear path forward through prayer and faith. It can offer comfort in situations that feel chaotic and out of control. It frames suffering not as a random, meaningless event, but as part of a larger cosmic struggle between good and evil. For some, this framework is empowering. However, this belief system is also highly controversial and can have significant negative consequences. The primary concern from a medical and psychological perspective is that it may discourage people from seeking evidence-based medical care. If someone believes their physical symptoms are caused by a demon, they might choose prayer over seeing a doctor. This can be incredibly dangerous, especially with serious conditions that require timely medical intervention. Delaying diagnosis and treatment for a real T or another illness can have severe long-term health consequences. Furthermore, there's a significant psychological impact to consider. This belief can create immense fear, shame, and guilt. It can lead people to view their bodies and their relationships with suspicion and anxiety. Being told that your suffering is your own fault because you've opened a door to a demon can be a heavy psychological burden. It can also be used to stigmatize and control people's behavior, creating a culture of fear around natural human connection. Mental health professionals often express concern that such beliefs can worsen conditions like anxiety, depression, or psychosis. Instead of addressing underlying psychological issues with therapy or medication, individuals might get caught in a cycle of deliverance sessions that don't resolve the root problem and may even make it worse by adding a layer of spiritual distress. It's a complex issue with no easy answers. On one hand, we have deeply held spiritual beliefs that provide comfort and a framework for understanding the world for millions of people. On the other hand, we have the potential for real-world harm when these beliefs lead people away from proven medical and psychological help. So what's the takeaway here? It's essential to approach this topic with an open mind, but also with a critical eye. Understanding that transmitted demons is a religious concept, not a medical diagnosis, is the first and most important step. If you or someone you know is experiencing physical or mental health issues, it is always vital to consult with a qualified medical doctor or a licensed mental health professional. Spiritual support can be a valuable part of a person's life, but it should never replace evidence-based healthcare. This topic really highlights the different ways humans make sense of suffering and the world around them. Whether through science, faith, or a combination of both, we're all just trying to find answers. What are your thoughts on this? Have you ever encountered this belief before? Let me know in the comments below. I'm really curious to hear your perspectives. And if you found this deep dive interesting, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more content exploring fascinating and complex topics. Have you ever heard the term transmitted demons? It's a fascinating and complex idea that pops up in certain religious and spiritual belief systems, especially within some evangelical Christian circles. Now, to be clear, this is not a medical condition. When we talk about transmitted demons, we're stepping into the realm of spiritual warfare and belief, not science. So what exactly is it? Proponents believe that demonic entities can be passed from one person to another through physical contact. They often suggest that these supposed transmitted demons can be a spiritual root cause for various illnesses, sometimes alongside or even mistaken for actual medically recognized infections. This is a purely spiritual interpretation of physical and emotional ailments. It's a concept that's completely separate from what doctors and scientists understand about health and disease. This idea isn't new. In fact, it has roots that go way back. Some religious texts and historical beliefs have long associated demons with sickness. For example, some have claimed that conditions like cysts or endometriosis could be caused by demonic influence. These beliefs are often drawn from interpretations of early Jewish and Christian writings where spirits and illnesses are sometimes linked. You might even find books on this topic, with some authors claiming that certain diseases are essentially demons that have attached themselves to a person's genetic material. This concept also shares similarities with ancient folklore about spirits known as the incubus and the succubus. These were male and female demons believed to interact with humans, allegedly causing physical or mental decline. Again, it's crucial to distinguish this from medically diagnosed transmitted infections. While some belief systems might see a spiritual dimension to illness, this perspective is not supported by scientific or medical evidence. The concept of transmitted demons remains firmly within the world of faith and spiritual belief, offering a different lens through which to interpret human suffering and relationships. It's an interesting look at how different cultures and belief systems explain the world around them. Hey, welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into something wild: transmitted illness. Ever heard of a sexually transmitted demon? Sounds like a horror flick, right? But for some folks, it's a real spiritual belief.